And my round 2 opponent is Black from the Drunk Monkey Alliance. He has a total collection power of 99 million, a strongest team power of 3.76 million. Alright, and finally my round 3 opponent is Elvis 29. He's a good guy. We spoke briefly by chat. His total collection power is 97 million. Strongest team power is 3.7 million. And has that golden APOC looking quite nice. Alright. So let's get into our battles. And the spoiler is I did win all 3 battles this week, so I expect to finish hopefully around 600, maybe ranking 625 or something like that, maybe, for this season, give or take, and we'll take a look at that as well. So in stage 1, my opponent had on defense Extreme with Rogue, and I had Superior 6 with Vulture, and cleared the room with 8354. Was not as efficient this time because the team was just, so big. The power of the team was a punch up of about 300,000. In the stage 2, my opponent had Spider Society, probably the second largest Spider Society I've seen, and both of those in subsequent weeks, or battles, I should say. I think my round 1 opponent, or my last opponent of the last week, was about 3.2. But I was still able to go in with Hive Mind and scroll and punch up. However, that's where you start running into efficiency problems. I had to take a few extra turns because of the size of this team. He has a G19 Penny Parker, and it sure felt like it during the battle. In stage 3, my opponent had Out of Time Black Knight, and in my last round I dealt with a similar punch up, and this Out of Time team is 3.1, and my team is last time I planned on, I took Cabal, Omega Red, and Doom, and wasn't able to get it done. This time I tried something different, which was more of a secure win, but was not as efficient as I would like. But when you start getting up here in the upper atmosphere, or in the depths of the oceans where the whales live, you just you're going to lose some efficiency when you're punching up so big. A great example of that would be if you ever saw Nemesis Gaming and or Juicy play. They're often punching up, and it is based on whether or not they win is whether or not their opponent drops a battle, pretty much. And if they don't drop a battle and it's just 5 wins on both sides, or 6 wins on both sides, then it comes down, of course, to efficiency. And it's just hard being more efficient than your opponent when the size and scaling of your team is just bigger, because usually you're taking a few more turns, as I did in this round, to get it done. In stage 4, my opponent had a Black Order Quicksilver. I'd like to think he was taking it easy on me with these next 2 battles, because They're a little bit easier to tackle than the previous 3 rounds or stages. I brought in New Warriors 5, and back to stage 3. I also wanted to not exhaust my MOE with Cabal, because I think that would have gotten it done as well, but I really did think I needed it for the subsequent rounds in order to get a full clear. So I just wanted to make sure I full cleared and didn't drop a battle, and it turned out well for me this week. Stage 5, I took in full MOE, as we just discussed, and his def seed is nothing to laugh at. It's way bigger than my def seed, that's for sure. And I took in MOE full 2.7 mil to the def seed 2.9 mil slight punch up, and was able to get it done because, of course, we know that MOE are Crucible specialists. However, I did make a mistake or two in the fight that probably could have helped with efficiency, or maybe not. But we'll take a look at that as well. Stage 6, I took in my Cabal, Omega Red, and Doom against the Morgan Le Fay. I wanted to make sure I got this team well beaten because the size of it, 3.15. Like last round, if you guys recall, my opponent also had the same team and roughly the same size. So New Warriors wasn't going to work here, and I knew that. So I wanted to use New Warriors elsewhere, and that's why I did what I did for stage 3, because like I said, I needed this Cabal team available for this room, and I needed the MOE for Def Seed, and because I don't have Pegasus would have been a perfect counter. I may have also been able to get it done with Eternals, but I didn't want to take any chances of not full clearing the room. So this is what I came up with. Glad it worked out. All right. And stage 1 defense, I had Extreme Rogue, and my opponent brought in their Superior 6 as well. He brought Superior 6 Vulture as well, and he was punching up quite a bit, actually a little bit more than me in the first stage, and it shows. I mean, like I said, it's just a little bit harder of a fight when you're punching up like that. So he lost the character Craven, and turn bonus went a little sideways, and it looked like almost Doc Ock almost took the room temperature challenge as well. All right, let's take a look at stage 2. Stage 2 Pegasus, he brought in Bifrost, and of course we know how RNG this room is with Bifrost against Pegasus, but he was able to get it done and relatively efficiently at 8364. Yeah, I told myself I was not doing that again. I lost a Bifrost versus Pegasus myself. So, but it did not hurt that he had a 3 million Bifrost, which I do not have. So he has a 3 diamond Vol, 3 diamond Loki, and everybody's gear 18. So he did well on that and increased his odds as far as the RNG goes. And in stage 3, I had Spider Society on defense, and my opponent took no chances and brought Hive Mind APOC, 2 diamond APOC, and G19 Void Knight, and Gwenpool, and cleaned up shop. That team is huge. 3.25 mil team, and it shows on the scoreboard because 8369, he cleared it pretty efficiently. And in stage 4, My opponent has some problems with my defense there. I have Undying and Dorm and APOC, and my opponent brought in Undying and Kang, a G19 Kang. 3 diamonds, mind you. I'm a little bit jelly. And his scroll, 7 red star scroll. And my team was not able to hold up with APOC and Dorm, but was able to finish out and outlast the attack. And I took a look at the stack earlier, and it seemed like it probably still could have went either way. So I lucked out there, and in the second attack, he came in and cleaned up with Pegasus, which is a no-brainer. Exhausted, Undying, so he was able to clean up pretty well. In stage 5, I have Black Knight and Out of Time and Photon. Just trying something different this week, and he brought in Cabal with Emma and BTS, Big Time Spider-Man, and he was able to easily break that taunt early, of course, with BTS. And was able to take some extra turns there with Emma, slowing us down, and so he was able to get an 83-58, a pretty efficient win out of that room. Slight punch down, 3.1 mil, and yeah, I just noticed that's a 2 diamond black Big Time Spider-Man. I would like to have that on my roster. And but we'll take a look at that battle. And finally, in room 6, I had Morgan Le Fay and Secret Defenders. My only G19 character I'm pretty proud of, Robbie, at 2 diamonds, and Red Hulk on defense, and he came in there with New Warriors 5 and blew it up. So yeah, back to the drawing boards. I never did figure out a way to keep my opponent and also keep myself able to have enough firepower on offense. And I was trying to lock out New Warriors 5 on defense, and the only way I would have been able to do it is if I would have put myself in risk of not clearing, because having to put bigger teams like another Superior 6 or something like that on defense in order to keep New Warriors 5 from clearing a team so easily. But all is well. So season 8 should be kind of interesting. So we'll have fun with that one. Let's take a look at some of these battles. All right, stage 1 on attack. Vulture immediately puts a slow. Red Goblin puts the trauma down. Wizard takes, copies the positive effects, and we're starting to work on Forge and ability block Rogue there. Yeah, hindsight being 2020, I should put the ability block on Forge, but either way. Yeah. Forge is out of there on the passive for Green Goblin. And here's just a matter of time. Just working down Nightcrawler here. Generally ignoring Gambit's pings. Clear the evades off Gambit, and he gets his ult off. That hurt. But Doc Ock is gonna... I'm sorry, Green Goblin is gonna use his basic there. Just basically whittling down Gambit, working him from here. Vulture is pretty good size. Almost done here, and Doc Ock is able to come in there and heal everybody up a little bit. So we're not hurting so much from the healthy character department. I wish Vulture had took another turn so he would have healed up, but what do you do? Alright, in stage 2, you have Spider Society and Scroll. And Hive Mind. So the key here is to, as quick as possible, get Peter, B. Parker, and Penny out of there as fast as possible. Easier said than done. Like I said, this team is huge. After the ult, nobody's in the red. That's how big these teams are. So it takes a few more turns. Penny just did her ult and just destroyed Gwen. So I put her in the middle because she's the least important for this counter. And Red Goblin almost took the room temperature challenge, and that would have made the rest of my day really, really bad. But I was able to finally, with Scroll, get these characters down to red, and I'm starting to win the turn meter game here. And so from here, with all these extra turns, just basically chipping away. Got the death proofs that we have to get rid of here, and we get it done there. So all the team is relatively healthy. And stage 3, the full out of time team. As you can see, I clear and flip that taunt, and I was able to get the disrupt on too, and then trauma stun Black Knight, and then I stunned Peggy. So we broke the taunt with Captain America with Quicksilver, and then we're just working on Black Knight to get him out of here. And now the rest of the fight should be a whole lot easier. Nova gets his ult off and giving us some extra sustainability, extra health. Quicksilver is able to get his ult off and flew the flipsies. And I love that he missed on his ult there, and so did Peggy, but she was able to heal up the team a little bit. But we're just going to work on her and get her out of here. I'm going to focus down next on Captain America as much as possible, but he is not the easiest, and of course his supporting cast right there. I'm able to eventually just get him out of there so he stops causing a problem with getting these other two out of here because he has the reflexive taunt. So we lost 2 characters, but like I said, I don't think we were ever in any real danger. We lost the 2 characters that we were supposed to lose because they're, you know, much smaller. So, all right, stage 4. New Warriors 5. This is Gwenpool's going to do the flipsies on Cole. We're going to do some rewind with Firestar and the 3 on the left. And then it's just slow trot here. Thanos is able to flip everybody to bleeds. I do hate that. But New Warriors 5 is just too strong here. The 2 ults are pretty devastating from Cloak and Dagger. Gwenpool, I need a bigger Gwenpool or something because I really wish I got 1 kill out of that at least. And then Deathpool in there with the ult, the charged ult, and ends Cole. So. And stage 6, Michael Ball, Omega Red against the SD MLF dorm. Did not have the best RNG. Black Cat immediately stuns Omega Red, which is to be expected as far as the speed and turn bar, but somebody was going to get stunned. But then I also got a stun over there on Iron Patriot, and Omega Red is immediately out of here. Didn't do a thing. So, but Doom is going to be able to take this team on the ride. And of course, that Cabal bonus is so strong. They put out so much damage that Leader is able to just destroy MLF on the first life. Iron Patriot. I chose the special there just to get Dorm out of there instead of the ult. And MLF is just a sustainability monster. It's all that drain. But so we were able to outlast. So I lost 2 characters there. So we're going to skip stage 1 for my opponent against the defense because it's relatively the same, just different power. So we're going to skip that one. And in stage 2, I think there's some value in watching Bifrost versus Pegasus in room 2. However, it's not going to matter as much in season 8, so we'll just leave that off as well. And in stage 3, we'll definitely show this one because there's not enough video Spider Society yet, so we'll just take a look at another Spider Society versus APOC Hive Mind. There's plenty of those available as well, but like I said, just you might be able to glean something else. At APOC ult, like I said, it pretty much does it, from the get-go. Flip people, put people on trauma, and take out one of the most important players for the sustainability of this team, which of course is Peter B. Parker, and it is over in quick fashion. And this is a pretty uncommon defense, and so I think, like I said, there's some value in this. So, and it's the only dropped drop battle of the match. So we certainly got to take a look at it. All right, he starts out with the special on Zombie Jugs and Zombie Iron Man. Zombie Jugs is going to do his ability there, and it is matched, putting out slows. Now, my opponent took out the Greg and Zombie Iron Man, so that gave me a little bit of turn bar, and really immediately goes south for my opponent with the ult from Apocalypse and taking out King. I think if I was my opponent, I probably would have chosen to put King elsewhere and put Zombie Iron Man in the center, because the AI likes to target that center spot. And here's just a little bit of a slog, and Zombie Jugs just packs a punch, so even his basic. And some bad RNG for my opponent. They focus down pretty well on Hela, and so all these Gregs and Zombie Iron Man are not able to last out, and so then it becomes a 4v1 versus Scroll. And I guess if you're counting my Gregs, that's 5 and 6, but which Scroll is plenty enough and well equipped to handle this team, even with APOC, just based on his ability. And he heals up pretty well and sustains pretty well. He gets his ult off and finishes off APOC, but because of the Dorm, has some extra lives there. Hela still hasn't gotten to her second life, but Dorm did his job and what he's supposed to do, and gave Undying extra sustainability to do what they do. So those bleeds and Zombie Jugs, high hit power, his damage, being able to face that twice in 2 lives, it's pretty tough. So there you go. And I think we're going to skip the cleanup too, because I think we all can pretty much glean what happens there. 5v3, exhausted 3. And stage 5, let's see here. Out of Town Photon. It's another defense that's not so common, so we'll just take a quick look at that as well, with the Cabal, Emma, and BTS counter. All right, BTS able to flip. Iron Patriot is blinded, so I think my opponent may have missed that. Blinded from the abilities of the room, and probably took a little bit longer than it had to be, but nevertheless still able to get it done. That ult from Namor is devastating. Pretty much done. And Leader was also blinded there. So Photon, her presence there was to add that extra 100% of inaccuracy for my opponent while blinded. And you got a couple misses there, but when you bring Cabal this season, most of the time it's a win, unless there's a huge punch up. All right, so that was my round 3 opponent, and we were able to finish 3-0 this round. 9 hours left, and it'll be official, I suppose. But we're going to take a look at the season here, and right now, currently 1833 points. I am in Diamond 3. And after this, I expect to be, probably roughly the same. Let's see, I'll be somewhere around 18, 33 plus, 19 or 18. So 51-ish, so somewhere around 600 after this. So, we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll see you again next season. Be looking out for my defense for Season 8, first week defense. There's some good footage out there of Season 8's Crucible from the Envoy tournament. So I'll be able to take a look and study some of that and give you my opinions, and see what happens. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and support the channel. Thanks again. Nova Destruct out.